Alright. Hood Tour Season 7 episode is either 41 or 42. I think 42. Using the phone mount. As much as I don't like with, you know, not having my phone in the case, you know, that's a fucking $1,400 to $1,600 iPhone. And I just gotta remember that it's there, you know, so I gotta be extra, like, hella careful. And you know, so hey, technically, yeah, I should have stopped, but I got the chance to fucking go and don't have to wait and not risk getting hit from behind. That's a score on my part. You know, I'm thinking about messaging the dude back that on that 4K, Hero 4K or whatever, that GoPro, and be like, you know, because I left the chat and deleted it. I'm thinking about running this by Dad. And be like, you know, act like I'm interested in the camera again. You know, and be like, you know, and message, hey, is this still available? And if he's like, yeah, it is. I'd be like, okay, I'd ask, are you willing to deliver? And if he says no, I'm like, all right, have a good day. Thank you for your time. You know, blah, blah, blah. Now, I won't mention being ignored. You know, But if he's like, yeah, I'll deliver, I'm like, okay, meet me at the university quick trip, the quick trip on university. And if he's like, well, that's too far for me, I'm like, how am I gonna tell him, Howard, it's too far for me? Well, we meet at, like, let's say Lambeau. I'm like, dude, you're asking a lot. I understand you want to, probably want to sell it, but you also got to remember, I don't drive. And I should tell him, I don't drive. Like, no. I'm like, dude, it's either you come to me or I'm not buying it. I'm offering to throw in cash. I'll let him through. Goodbye. I'm gonna ask him, well, how eager you want to sell that fucking camera? I'm gonna tell him it's getting to the fucking point that I'm gonna, report your ass for not, for doing shady shit on Facebook. And he's like, well, don't do that. I've been fucking responding like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't really message right now, I'm at work. And they're like, okay, message me when you can. I know it's the same for me. I can't message back when I'm at work. I'll get yelled at. We're going the same way. I'm like, then go to the bathroom, fucking respond back quick, be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm at work, don't got the time to respond. And I'll message back, okay, and then just leave it at that for the time being. Then when you get done with work, and be like, hey, I'm sorry, yeah, and be like, hey, yeah, I'm willing to deliver, but it's not going to be until this day now. I was like, well, that's not going to fucking work, because I got, I work weird hours, and I'm sure you do too. And yada yada yada. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm gonna get a vlog done.